Okay, I have a problem. A few weeks ago, I told you about the skunk that visited my home without my permission in the middle of the night. And my husband, who saw him and turned on the light, let him be out there. I don't understand it, but that's beside the point. The only other person that I could really talk to about this, in addition to you, is Grandma B. And she's not here anymore. She passed when she was 98 years old, almost 98 years old. And she grew up in the country, milking cows, slaying pigs, all of that. And growing up, I knew that she was never afraid of anything. Snakes, rats, it didn't matter. She said if they came her way, she would simply do one thing: kill them. Jesus, I can't kill anything. A roach, a spider, a mouse, so a skunk. I was talking big and bad, but the truth is, I don't have my conceal and carry yet, and I don't even know if you could use it on a skunk. Anyway, I have been through a lot in mourning, all kind of stuff. I went out to dinner last night with my pastor and first lady and Light and my husband. Had a great meal. On the way home, as we drive into our subdivision, my husband, we go down our block and he starts to slow down. I'm like, what are you slowing down for? I want to get in the house. I'm sleepy, I'm tired, had a great night, all that. He says, I want to see if the skunk is out here. I'm thinking to myself, why is he looking for a skunk? And as soon as I thought half of that sentence, there's a little skunk. Black and white, furry, little fat thing. Don't look like he's starving at all. Don't look like he's looking for food. Looks like he's eating very well. And so I live in a new construction development, and there are still houses being built on my block. So he walked his little fat behind right into one of my neighbors' unfinished houses. Walked right in the front door like he knew where he was going. Let me tell you something. Irritation doesn't even describe where I am. I have taken to my bed. That's why you see me under these covers. And I don't know when I'm going to get out. Okay? Because here's a couple things. I realized that the skunk and I, when I was living check to Monday, not caring about how I was going to pay my bills, there are some similar characteristics between a skunk and somebody who's not managing their money. And I'm going to raise my hand. I'm just going to go on, sit here and confess. This is why I've taken to my bed. Number one, the skunk clearly doesn't care. He don't care. This is not your neighborhood anymore, okay? I understand we took over your habitat and you used to live here, and there used to be trees and dirt and whatever, and owls and crocodiles and, whatever else they had out here. But this is not your house, your home. You don't live here anymore. And when I was living check to Monday, I acted just like that skunk. I didn't care. I didn't care if I had enough money to buy lunch. I didn't care if I had enough money to pay for my kids' new outfit. I didn't care. I did whatever I wanted to do. And that's what this skunk is doing. He is just walking around, going in people's houses like he bought a house. Skunk don't care. I didn't care when I was living check to Monday. The next thing about this skunk is if you confront this skunk and he gets scared, this skunk will spray you and you will not smell good, okay? There'll be a problem with you. When I was living check to Monday, if you tried to confront me about my spending, this mouth, oh goodness, will spray you with some words that you did not want to hear. Don't tell me no. You know how people are. You know how we are. When we do what we want to do, we don't care. And somebody tells you, well, maybe you shouldn't spend money on that. And you give them everything but a blessing with your mouth. That's me. People would tell me, Lynn, maybe you should think about this. Maybe you should think. You need to think. As a matter of fact, I didn't tell you to think. I'm the one thinking. Child wasn't thinking about nothing. I was messing up my money, not doing what I was supposed to do, running around doing whatever I wanted to, and just messing things up. And this skunk, if you try to confront him, he might spray you. And, you know, a lot of people running around spending money out of control. Here's another thing, a characteristic about this skunk that I recognize in myself. I ain't talking about you. I'm talking about it myself when I was living Check to Monday, okay? We got a trap over here, okay? So this skunk, he gonna keep running around, doing what he want to do. He doesn't care. He gonna spray you if you try to confront him, but eventually he's gonna get caught. That's another characteristic. When I was living Check to Monday, I didn't realize eventually you're going to get caught. Eventually, you're going to overdraw your checking account all the way down to the point you're going to get caught. You're going to mess up your credit. You're going to get your car repossessed. Your light's going to be turned off. Your gas going to get turned off. They're going to come take your house. I've been through all of that. So guess what, skunk? Even though you think you got the last laugh, and I have taken to my bed, because I cannot deal with the world helping people get their money straight, losing my godmother, all this kind of stuff, and a skunk too. I can't do it. Not today. And unfortunately, animals have more rights than black people. I'm just telling the truth, okay? So if you do something to the skunk, all the people gonna come and say something. And I just don't understand that. But that's a whole nother story. All I know is this little furry creature walked in a house about 4 or 5 doors down. And I have spoken to my neighbor, and my neighbor has said that he comes scratching at his front door almost every night. Almost every night. Skunk don't care. Don't care. If you don't care about your money and you start spraying people every time somebody tries to say something to you, eventually you're going to get caught. I don't want that to be you. But I do pledge, promise, and declare that this skunk will not have the last laugh. Pray for me, y'all. I was just sitting here thinking, and I was wondering what happened to many of us. See, I have a strong belief that when God was creating all of us, there was this assembly line, and you were supposed to stand in line and get all the things that you needed to be a happy, successful, peaceful, loving human being so you could exist on this earth in harmony. But see, some of us got out of line too soon. See, some of us were in line and we got academic smarts, but didn't get an ounce of common sense. Do you know anybody like that? They know how to add 1 + 1 = 2 real fast. But when you ask them something that's real simple, like what they should wear outside when it's 100 degrees, they come outside with a fur coat on and some boots. See, they don't have no common sense. Then you got the flip side. You got people who got a whole lot of common sense. They know everything to do, know what to do, but haven't accomplished a single thing. You see, they got out of line before they got strategy, before they got execution, before they knew what to do. And then what about the people? I work with a lot of celebrities, and they got a lot of talent. They got gifts, but you could sing, but you can't do nothing else. Or you could dance, or you could play an instrument, or you can act, but what happened to the other life skills, like cleaning up after yourself, talking to people like you got some sense, So we got in line, and we got some of the things that we were supposed to have, but we got out of line too soon. I could tell you right now, I know I got in line now. I got in line, and I got a brain, I guess it can help. It helps me do some things, and people think I'm smart. And I got a little bit of common sense too, I guess. But I think I stepped out of line before I learned when to shut up. Because my grandmother used to beat me with a switch regularly for talking back. I got out of line before I got patience. You see, I could say something 499,000 times. But on that 500th time, let me tell you something. I got out of line before I got what I needed, not to cuss you out. So we are all a work in progress. So I want everybody to take a look at what you have, what you don't have, and get back in line. In Jesus' name.